What's going on, guys? My name is Aaron, and in today's video we're going to talk about the epitome of lazy tech, the Eufy Robovac 30c. Let's get into it. Real quick before getting started, big thanks to Eufy for sending the 30c for me to share with you guys. If you end up being interested, check the description box down below for the link to Amazon. As you may know, we recently had our second baby back in February. Sorry for the inconsistent uploads. You can blame her. But things like vacuuming haven't exactly been at the top of our to-do list. I mean, it was never really at the top, because I mean, really, who wants vacuuming at the top of their to-do list? But with the baby, it's even worse. You get my point. So when Eufy approached me about reviewing one of their vacuums, knowing our little one was on the way, I couldn't not say yes. In our house, we mainly have carpet, with our kitchen and entryway having linoleum. The 30c has had zero difficulty transitioning between the different surfaces. Eufy states it can travel roughly a ½ inch rise, and seeing the kind of suspension that this thing has, I don't doubt that at all. On their website and Amazon pages, Eufy is very upfront about the suction power of the 30c, which is 1500 PA. I haven't been able to find what a standard PA rating would be for a stand-up vacuum or other robot vacuums, but from our experience, it seems sufficient. The 30c has 3 brushes, 2 that sweep dirt under the vacuum, and then the main brush that does the real work. In the box, you get an extra pair of the feeler brushes, I call them, which is nice, as mine are starting to show some signs of wear. It also comes with a full suite of 9 infrared sensors to help keep the vacuum from running into things. Though it still does bump into stuff, it does avoid a good number of them too. When the vacuum does bump into something, it will stop and make micro adjustments, typically turning one way or the other to get around said item until it stops bumping into it. This typically happens when it's riding real close to a wall. It'll go straight, it'll start to turn a little bit, it'll bump into the wall, adjust a little bit, and it'll keep going straight. It also comes with sensors that allow the 30c to detect the boundary strips that come in the box. You get 2 of them, and they can be cut down to size as needed and can be stuck to the floor via adhesive strips. These strips allow you to make kind of a no-clean zone that the vacuum will avoid. Eufy says they aren't designed for carpet, but having used it, it works as designed. Maybe not the adhesive. Maybe it's the adhesive they're talking about. The strips work fine on the carpet. It's probably the adhesive. To round out the list of sensors that this thing has, it also has drop sensing technology to help it avoid falling downstairs or off of ledges. I wasn't really able to test this though, as we have neither of those in our house, but I do trust it would work as designed because everything else has. I just can't confirm this 100%. As many of you parents are going to be able to relate with, we also have a 4-year-old that doesn't like to pick up her toys. What? No. Only my kid does that, right? But the 30c does a pretty good job of navigating around those toys and not over them. The one thing though, that no matter how many times we use the vacuum, it struggles with is her rock and play. Not her rock and play, but the rock and play we have for our youngest. The 30c never fails to get itself bumped up on one of the legs and will sit there and not autocorrect itself, whereas every other time that it gets stuck or runs over something, like a sock, it will sense the blockage and it will stop itself. Though it's not perfect, I've had no issues trusting it to clean while we were away from home, as it doesn't really get stuck on anything as long as we have the rock and play out of the way. It also has a dust box size of 0.6 liters, which is sufficient for the runtime of the vacuum in our 1,400 square foot home. Eufy claims 100 minutes of runtime on hardwood floors and up to 50 minutes on carpet. With max power on, they claim about 40 minutes. After the months of use that we've had out of it, I've been honestly surprised at how long this thing runs. No complaints there at all. It does our entire house, at least the portion that we don't have blocked off, twice over. Eufy markets the 30c as being for families with kids and pets. Though it does a good job of picking up dirt and little bits of dry food, hair is a weakness for this thing. As being marketed as it is, I'd kind of expected it to be able to handle hair a little bit better. Now the hair that I'm talking about is not dog hair, but my wife and 4-year-old's hair. I swear they shed more than a golden retriever does. Give me a #relate in the comments if you've experienced what I'm talking about. You'll want to keep a close eye on the 30c's main brush, as hair does get wrapped around it and degrades the vacuuming performance a noticeable amount if you don't clean it off. Eufy does include a letter opener on steroids that helps you cut the hair and clean the dust off the main brush, so that is extremely helpful and appreciated, but I expected some kind of hair defeat technology that that would clean the brush off and would keep it from getting wound up in the first place. The robot is $300, so it is on the lower middle end of robot vacuum pricing, so maybe I was hoping for too much for the cost. It does fine in the end, you just have to do maintenance. Or I guess you could buy the replacement brush kits that they sell on their site, but they get really expensive over time. But it is an option. Eufy does have their Eufy Home app that allows you to have full control over the 30C. You can set up cleaning schedules, you can change the mode or the pattern that the vacuum is using, you can send it back home to charge, or even drive it. It also comes with a physical remote that allows you to do all the aforementioned activities, but you do have to be within eyesight as the remote is IR based. There are 4 different cleaning modes. There's auto mode, which basically has the robot do whatever it can in the span of its battery life. There's edge mode, where the vacuum cleans against walls at a reduced speed and it runs for 20 minutes. There's spot cleaning mode, which is the circle icon, where it has the 30C clean in a spiral pattern for 2 minutes to really focus on one area in depth. Great for those spills of cereal or the dirt you track into your kitchen. Quick clean is the last cleaning mode where the 30C cleans for 30 minutes and it's meant for more single room cleaning. We typically use auto mode all the time and it's worked out fine. You can also use either Amazon Alexa or Google Home to control your 30C via voice if you so choose. I set up both ways and had an easier time with Alexa, though both ways did in fact work. Though I wish it better managed hair, I'm happy with the Eufy Robovac 30c and recommend it to anyone wanting to get a robot vacuum to try out that is still on the budget side of things. I do suggest a deep cleaning be done occasionally with a traditional stand-up vacuum cleaner, but the 30c does a phenomenal job of extending the periods of time before you have to lug that heavy thing around your house. If this video was helpful to you at all, please hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Would love to help you out any way that I can. If you want to see more consumer-related tech reviews on tech that I use and enjoy, and think you will too, hit that subscribe button. But until the next one, this is Aaron. Take care.